They told me over-catered pastries, glazed croissants, smug faces, and that stiff, congratulatory pat on the back, like I'd just retired with grace instead of being quietly exiled. His father didn't even meet my eyes, just said, "You've done so much for the firm, but we're moving in a fresher direction." Fresh. She walked in behind him with 2 white teeth and acrylic nails that clicked like a countdown. Poker buddy's daughter. No experience, no credentials. Just a laugh too loud for a boardroom and a waist tight enough to qualify her for nepotism. I stood, smiled, nodded. I'll clear my desk. 3 years ago, I walked into that office with a portfolio and a plan. No favors, no shortcuts. Just a willingness to bleed for the clients nobody else could handle. I turned screaming CEOs into loyal lifers. I salvaged sinking accounts with Sunday night calls and strategy decks made in waiting rooms. And his father loved me for it, until I became inconvenient. Until family politics outplayed performance. Until my husband shrugged from across the table and said, "It's not personal." But betrayal always starts with the people who know where you hide your knives. It wasn't the job, it was the dismissal. The assumption that I'd swallow it, smile through it, fade out clean like a good little corporate ghost. So I did. I smiled, I handed over the keys, I even left her a little welcome note. "You'll love the clients." That was the first move. 3 months before they cut me, I saw the first crack. A new intern asked if we backed up client contracts externally. I said yes, on the encrypted server. The next day, I started building my own archive, quietly, thoroughly. Every client file, every contact, every loophole clause and exit trigger. Then I started calling, not with complaints, with coffee invites, friendly updates, soft inquiries. If I left, would you follow? Most said yes, some didn't answer. A few just laughed and said, "Let us know where you land." I did. I just didn't tell them when. The day after she took my seat, the biggest account called. A tech conglomerate worth 8 figures and a temper like nitroglycerin. I knew they'd call because I scheduled the call before I left. She froze. "They're all pulling out," she said, pale and blinking, staring at her screen as it lit up with terminated agreements. She didn't know about Clause 7C in their contract, the non-negotiable dependency clause. They signed with me, not the firm. She didn't know I had them on a rolling retainer through a consulting LLC I registered the night I found out I was being replaced. She didn't know I was already in a private office across town, sipping espresso while her inbox bled out. His father called. Not me, my lawyer. I didn't answer. But I did answer when he showed up at my door. My husband, ex now, tie undone, regret soaked through his collar. "They're saying you orchestrated this," he said. I just tilted my head. "No," I said. "They orchestrated it. I just stayed for the encore." He looked smaller than I remembered, quieter. "You're burning it all down." I laughed, just once, cold and clean. "No, I already did. You just didn't smell the smoke until now." She lasted a week, 7 days of hemorrhaging clients and panicked calls before her father pulled her out like a defective fuse. They begged me to return, offered triple. I said no. Instead, I kept the accounts that mattered, built a boutique firm with my name on the door. Not his, not theirs, mine. Now, when people ask me what happened at that firm, I smile. I left, I say. And that's true. I left with my reputation. I left with their clients. I left with silence sharpened into strategy. They gave away my seat, so I built my own table. And now they're begging for a place at it.